Hello, I'd like to show you a new app that is in our new operating system called Monterey, and this app is called Shortcuts. Now, if you want to view the shortcuts you have, you go to All Shortcuts. And if you want to view some of them available, go to Gallery. So we'll start with Split Screens. It's this one right here. You go to Add Shortcut. And the first application that I want to open is Amazing Slowdowner, which is right here. The second one is Sibelius. It's a music composition program. Now, if you have trouble finding it, you could type in the search SIB. And there's Sibelius, and you could just click on it and it shows up. Single click works. Add shortcut. Pretty cool. Now the shortcut will show up here. And if you want to make sure that the two applications you wish to put here are what's there, you double click on it. It says split screen between Amazing Slowdowner and Sibelius. To run it, there's a arrow here, which means run. And I don't have Sibelius open yet. So here's what it'll look like when you run the program. Now, I'd like more composition area and less area here. So how do I go about that? Well, I go back to Preferences here. Show More. And you'll see the ratio here is 1/2 by 1/2. I want 1/3 by 2/3. There we go. Close the window. Run the app. That's more what I'm talking about. Now, the thing that I don't like that could be corrected is I'd like this flush right there. And because I keep my dock here, I have to move it over. My dock is on the left. Still, it's a great time saver. What good is a shortcut without a keyboard shortcut? So let's look into doing that. Double click. So I had a bit of a hard time looking for settings online to make a keyboard shortcut. I'll show you where settings is. Right here. So this first icon here is this window that shows categories and apps. But if you want to go to settings, it's here. And it says, you can see in little writing, shortcut details. It doesn't say settings. Now to add the keyboard shortcut, it has a button here. It's pretty simple. And now it says run with. So I'm going to use Control, Option, Command, and Q. Because I don't use that for anything else. I have tons of keyboard shortcuts on my computer using Keyboard Maestro. So I have to be careful. I've used up almost all the keyboard shortcuts you could think of between Keyboard Maestro and Sibelius. So I'm going to close this window now by pushing this red dot. Now another thing I want to mention, if you're not showing your shortcut here, it's probably because you moved it to quick actions or you didn't set it up right. So what you do is you take it from here and you put it back into all shortcuts. So now you still have it in quick actions and it's showing up in all shortcuts. That is, I don't know if I would call it a bug or undesired behavior. So not showing up here, you didn't set it up right. But if you moved it to quick actions, you're literally moving it instead of copying it. So move it back to all shortcuts and it'll show up. Now I'm going to move Sibelius out of the way a little. And you can see right here is where your shortcuts are in the menu now. They won't be in the dock. Open shortcuts, and there you could get to them easily and set up a new shortcut, which we're going to do now. I'd like to open one of my favorite apps for timing. It's called Gestimer. And this time, well, let's try going to gallery. And you search for open app. Nothing shows up. So we're gonna push the plus button here to set up a new shortcut. Now, oddly enough, under my next action suggestions, open app shows up. So I'm not going to argue with it, or I don't know exactly how it got here or if it was here. But once again, if you search here, open app, you'll see it shows up. Hide app, quit app, open app, split screen apps. So it seems like if you search in the gallery, it may not be an option there. So if you don't find something real quick in the gallery, by the way, split screen was already here. All I did was set it up for the two applications I wanted to set it up for. Well, if you don't see it here, you go to all shortcuts and you'll see a plus sign here. Push that, open app. Let's type in Gestimer this time. J-E-S-T. That should suffice. There we go. Now, what good is this without a shortcut? We'll try the same thing, settings, add keyboard shortcut, and I'm going to try Control Option Command G and hope I haven't used it for something else. I don't think so. I'm going to close this window. So we've got all shortcuts here. And also, let's try putting them in the menu bar. This one, and open app. Double check and see if they're still here. Okay, great. We've got them in all shortcuts, quick actions, which is the keyboard shortcut, and the menu bar, which I believe is up top. There we go. Look at that. Let's try the split screen for Amazing Slowdowner and Sibelius first. Beautiful. And then again, we have the shortcut key, which is Control Option Command Q. Presto. Okay, now let's try Open Gestimer. It just says Open App here. I'll look into that and see if I could change the name. So Gestimer is running, it says. Gestimer is right here. And this is a timer that I like to use. You could set it for an hour and 50 minutes, or set it for a half an hour. I often use this to make sure my bathtub doesn't overflow, or I'm boiling an egg for 3 minutes. And we'll set it for 1 minute. See what happens. Also one of my favorite apps. So I wanted to, while I'm reviewing this new app, Shortcuts, also we're looking into Gestimer. Now you see the window closed, but you can still see the countdown here, 48 seconds. And I'll reopen it. Now if I click on anything on the desktop, this window will disappear as before, but we still have the countdown here. Really nice counting app. And if you look into preferences, Command, comma, you could show the countdown in the menu bar, open Gestimer at login. Also, there's a settings button here. And you could go to preferences that way. You could delete all your reminders, and you could quit Gestimer here. So one other thing about Gestimer, if you're not hearing your alarm go off, go to System Preferences and Sound. And under Sound Effects, make sure you have selected Sound Output Device. And here you could see what sound I have. And when I change volume, I could hear it. So make sure this is loud enough. And go to Output tab and make sure it plays through whatever speakers or headphones or through your iMac, whatever you're listening through. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my review of Shortcuts and Gestimer. Two really handy applications for completely different purposes. Gestimer is a simple timer, and Shortcuts, well, it's a ton of things. It could open programs for you, it could split your screen, but you could see here the actions that you could use are incredible. I think one of the best ways to do this is to just start experimenting here. But what I wanted to do was give you the main reason I would use this application is to set up a quick split screen and to turn on my timer really quickly. So thank you for watching and stay safe.